is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us. New data from the Department of Workforce Development shows just how dramatically unemployment numbers have increased since the pandemic started. That large spike there is from March to April. The orange line showing Wisconsin's unemployment numbers are still lower than the national average. We start with team coverage on how Wisconsinites are struggling.
Madison O'Neill has an update from people who have waited weeks for unemployment benefit payments. But first, Amy Reed shares the latest data. Amy?
That unemployment rate is the worst the state has seen in a long time, according to the chief economist with the Department of Workforce Development. He said during the Great Recession, the state was around a 10% unemployment rate. And the last time they could even compare was the Great Depression, when rates were around 25% unemployed. Earlier in the year, the department said the rate could get up to 27%, but the chief economist doubted how likely that is, saying that there's less than a 50% chance that we'll climb to that high of a rate. And the reason that we're just seeing this data now, as opposed to in March when the layoffs began, is just a factor of when they gather this data at the beginning of every month.
That's why you had this large and what seems like a sudden jump, because all this activity happened within weeks in the context of a monthly data series.
Given that the soonest we'll be able to measure the impact that reopening has had on the unemployment rate is July, when the June numbers come out. And that will be, unless things change again, the first full month without these stay-at-home orders. Now, Maddie O'Neill has an update on unemployment payments for gig workers and self-contractors, some who say they feel like they're falling through the cracks.
Yeah, Amy, today is the first day the DWD is issuing determinations on the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA, benefits claims. Now, that, again, is for gig workers or self-employed workers like hairstylists. The DWD is going through more than 80,000 of those claims from workers who have been waiting for months.
My daughters have told me that I work too much.
Lately, hairstylist Tony Taberry has had plenty of time to hang out on her porch.
It's a nice, calming place to be.
A feeling that can be hard to come by during the pandemic.
Because a lot of people are starting to struggle.
Especially with frustrations stemming from unemployment benefits, as Taberry and her hairstylist friends go without pay as they continue their 10-week wait for word on their Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA, benefits.
And it's painful and very frustrating with the lack of communication.
Just the silence is what's frustrating.
We spoke with Afton resident Jessica Sainer for a news story in early April as she searched for answers on her pending unemployment benefits claims. She's now on week 11 of waiting.
Essentially, at this point, I've kind of given up on anything.
Afton's situation is a bit unique, so she may not qualify for traditional unemployment, but she's unable to see if she qualifies for PUA until her claim is addressed.
Bankruptcy's on the horizon.
I understand they will receive back payment when we do get to that.
Emily Savard with the state's unemployment department says staff members are working through more than 80,000 PUA claims, rolling out the first by the end of this week.
We wanted to make sure that the programming was done correctly.
Savard couldn't say how many will get their money this week or how long the whole process will take. She understands workers are running out of patience.
We're doing the best we can.
Taberry worries workers are running out of money.
But it all adds up. We'll have masks on our face.
She's getting back to the salon soon, and that means expensive additions to keep her clients safe.
Gloves that we have to use.
Taberry will have them covered. She's just hoping the government will have her back as well.
It's like for us still not to get anything and was promised that 10 weeks ago is not okay.
The DWD's new call center got up and running yesterday with several dozen new workers. Soon that will be up to 500 new workers helping callers with their unemployment issues. Savard with the unemployment division says that they're making changes and learning from this to be more prepared in case something like this happens in the future.
Maddie and Amy, thank you both. Senator Tammy Baldwin and some of her colleagues in the Senate introduced a $1 billion plan to help farmers struggling during the coronavirus. The legislation is bipartisan and is in the Senate and House. It creates a $1 billion program in the USDA that would be split up for states depending on how much they contribute to the nation's food supply. The money could be used to buy from farmers and get the food to people who need it.
We worked with a lot of the agricultural advocacy groups to put something together to address these unique problems that we really haven't seen before in the context of other disasters, and that there's no real tool in the U.S. Department of Agricultural toolkit to address them the way we want to.
Under this bill and based on Wisconsin's contribution to the gross domestic product, the state would be one of 23 that would share from a pot of around $25 million. Wisconsin elections officials have tabled a decision on whether to mail absentee ballot applications to voters. The panel was set to vote on the plan that would cost $2.1 million yesterday. But Democrats and Republicans split on how many people should get the ballot applications. The commission meets again in about a week.
17 Wisconsin residents, including one of the organizers of the Reopen Wisconsin protest last month at the Capitol, have now filed a federal lawsuit suggesting local stay-at-home orders are unconstitutional. It challenges local orders that took effect after the state Supreme Court struck down Governor Evers' statewide order. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi issued a response mentioning the number of people who have died from COVID-19 in the state and across the U.S. He writes, quote, "We will vigorously defend common sense provisions based on public health guidance to protect the well-being of the residents of Dane County." Wisconsin health officials confirmed 388 new cases today, a noticeable drop from the nearly 600 new cases we saw yesterday of COVID-19, getting close to the 14,000 mark in total cases, 487 deaths statewide. 58% of patients have fully recovered, and the percentage of today's tests that came back positive was 5%. That is a drop from yesterday's 8%. More than 9,000 people were tested just since yesterday, and the state's daily testing capacity has surpassed 14,000. A reminder, the COVID-19 testing site at Alliant Energy Center has extended hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They're open tonight until 8 p.m.
Mild tomorrow and some thunderstorm chances at night. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Charlotte. We should stay dry through the day tomorrow, even though we'll have a fair amount of cloud cover. Then some thunderstorms could arrive late tomorrow night. They're more likely off and on through the Memorial Day weekend. You can see a visible cloud track. Areas north and east of Madison had a lot of sunshine today. Areas from Madison on toward the south and west. Unfortunately, the clouds came right back in and cooled our temperatures down a bit compared to where they were yesterday, where areas had sunshine and temperatures were in the 70s. But you can see those clouds not bringing any precipitation around here. Temperatures are in the 60s through much of southern Wisconsin, but the farther north you go, the warmer the temperatures get, just thanks to the sunshine. Over the next 12 hours, temperatures will fall to the middle 50s by early tomorrow morning with mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will be variably cloudy and mild with high temperatures in the middle 70s. Again, a chance of showers and thunderstorms late tomorrow night. Better chances over the Memorial Day weekend. I'll tell you when you can expect those and when's the best chance for some dry hours in just a few minutes.
The Memorial Union Terrace and other popular spots on the UW-Madison campus that would have been great spots to enjoy this weekend's temperatures are now blocked off to enforce physical distancing. The university adopted a new order ahead of the campus reopening. The requirements include maintaining a 6-foot distance from anyone who does not live in your household, following limits on the total number of people allowed in an area, and staying away from places that are blocked off.
I was really crowded yesterday. There were a lot of people here, and it was like you couldn't even find a place to sit. There were so many people.
It's the right decision. I mean, it's a very popular place, and it's sad that it's closed, but this virus is serious, and I don't want it transmitting through the community any more than it already is.
Along with the terrace, the new order applies to the Arboretum, Lakeshore Nature Preserve, Bascom Hill, and Recreation Field. UW Police will educate and communicate the rules to people on campus, but anyone who does not comply could be given a ticket.
The CDC released an extensive new list of guidelines and guiding principles for schools to consider for next year. Our Gabriella Becerra joins us live to share what some of those are. Gabby?
Eric, the CDC guidelines are just that, suggestions for schools as they prepare for what next fall could bring. The guidelines include recommending face coverings, installing barriers, closing communal spaces, and practicing social distancing, which includes spacing student desks 6 feet apart from each other. The guidelines suggest that schools look into the possibility of staggered schedules, so students are dropped off and picked up at different times. With over 400 schools in the state of Wisconsin, not all of the districts will be following the same guidelines. They'll be looking to their local health departments for what would be best for them. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, I'll share what local districts are doing to prepare for next year.
Gabby, thank you.
A Madison staple is reopening its doors on Monroe Street as the weather warms up. Michael's Frozen Custard served its final Sunday last September after the owner's partner, Sergio, was denied a visa to become a U.S. citizen. After a long wait out of country, owner Michael Dix says they had a soft opening at the Monroe Street location once Sergio was granted his visa. He thanked everyone who wrote letters to support Sergio while he was appealing his denied visa.
The neighborhood has been the overwhelming support. Everybody that comes in is like, I am thankful you're back open. Our property values went back up because it's like when we closed last September, other businesses shuttered on the street, and it was kind of like a cascading effect. So hopefully with us opening back up, there'll be more businesses opening back up, and it'll be good for the neighborhood.
The patio is closed right now. Dick's hopes to reopen the patio next week and will spread out tables so customers are following social distancing guidelines. After almost 2 months, Kohl's stores in Wisconsin will start reopening. 34 stores are opening tomorrow, and several in our area will open on Tuesday. Madison's east, west, and south locations, plus Janesville. They'll be open under reduced hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and there are several safety measures. You will see floor markings to encourage social distancing, protective barriers at all registers, and greeters who will sanitize carts and limit store occupancy.
Still ahead at 6, a story you'll only see on News 3 Now. Habitat for Humanity homeowners are struggling to pay their monthly mortgage during the pandemic. We'll share how the nonprofit is stepping in to help. That's next.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
For many of us, Memorial Day marks the official start of summer. This year, get great Memorial Day savings on summer essentials at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Like Estate Weed and Feed with lawn fertilizer, just $19.99. Save $100 on this lifetime kayak. Rewards members save an extra $15. To show our appreciation, this Friday through Sunday, we're giving active military personnel and veterans a 10% discount. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
The effects of the pandemic are putting a local nonprofit in a pretty tough spot. Dane County Habitat for Humanity has helped hundreds of homeowners, but many are now at risk of missing their mortgage payments. News 3 Now this morning's Chris Stanford reports on the difficult road ahead.
It's extremely stressful right now for all of us.
Who couldn't use some help right now?
We're concerned about our finances. Where's everything going?
Especially when there's so much we don't know about the pandemic and how it's crippling the economy.
My husband's working right now, but could he be furloughed tomorrow? Could he be laid off? And every day the boy would come.
For Brooke Espinosa, her days are spent focusing on her kids' education.
My husband and I have to be the strong ones.
Her nights are spent worrying about making ends meet.
Far away from here.
A big part of that is keeping up with the mortgage payments for their Habitat for Humanity home.
It was just us and our one neighbor.
Dane County Habitat has nearly 300 families like the Espinosas in homes right now, each responsible for paying their own mortgage.
As these homeowners face hardships, Habitat leadership is trying to do something about it now to keep the problem from getting worse.
If they get 3 months behind, they're never going to catch up.
Habitat now has a special fund to keep families afloat financially by covering their May and June mortgage payments. But that money is limited.
What's going to happen down the road? That scares me.
And without volunteers, Habitat's driving force, construction has slowed. Paid employees can still work, but they're on pace to finish the fiscal year 2 homes short of their goal. And there are 20 families waiting for Habitat to build them a home.
They've already told their landlords they're moving out. They've already told their kids, you're going to get a new school, you're going to get your own bedroom, we're going to get you a pet.
The skin doesn't matter.
That's exactly what this book is about, because
For Brooke and her family,
I actually was able to sleep finally.
the temporary assistance gives her some breathing room.
One thing has been taken off my plate, their education. We have the house, we have the normal duties within the house. Now we can focus on the other things. We can focus on their education and doing the virtual learning. We can focus on trying to give them some kind of normancy.
With so much uncertainty ahead, she can now focus more on what's in front of her. Chris Stanford, News 3 Now.
If you would like to help Habitat and their families, you can find a link on our website.
Well, coming up in sports, the Badger women's hockey team still making people smile through their Quarantine TV program. Sports director Zach Hanley has an update. And a mild forecast for the Memorial Day holiday weekend, but that does come with some shower chances. And Gary will have your first one forecast next.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
Since 1930, Grand Appliance and TV has been committed to providing our local communities with the products that have become essential to the way we live. Through thick and thin, we've remained steadfast in that commitment. We're open and making no-contact curbside delivery, as well as full in-home installations. Shop in-store or on grandappliance.com and get an extra 5% off most appliance purchases. We are Grand Appliance and TV. You know us, and you can count on us.
More than 70 years ago, we at Festival Foods began serving this proud state, building strong relationships founded on trust, compassion, and our unwavering commitment to ensuring that you and your family feel at home every time you visit Festival Foods. It's times like these that remind us that family and home are what truly matter most. So we're using this moment just to let you know that Festival Foods is here for you, because family always looks after family. Be safe, Wisconsin.
Steinhoffels is the name you've trusted for over 85 years. We are taking all steps to keep you safe and sound. Come shop our large, wide-open showrooms during Steinhoffels Memorial Day sale. Right now, get 40 to 70% off on the largest selection of furniture, plus nothing down 60 months to pay financing. All living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture is on sale. Get amazing deals on all of our mattresses like Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, and Purple. Shop in-store or online today during Steinhoffels Memorial Day sale.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
I thought we'd have more sunshine today, but unfortunately the clouds kind of came back in and limited our temperatures a little bit, although temperatures, most areas still got into the upper 60s and lower 70s. But as we head into the Memorial Day weekend, temperatures should be a little bit warmer. Look for high temperatures in the upper 70s Saturday. Look for the mid-80s for Sunday and 82 for a high temperature on Memorial Day. Now the humidity levels will be up, and that'll lead to some thunderstorm chances. I think the best chances will be on Saturday, late Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon as a warm front lifts northward. And then on Sunday, with most of the thunderstorms either to the north or to the west of us, we could be dry for much of the day before we see thunderstorm chances arrive late in the afternoon or more likely Sunday night into Memorial Day Monday as a cold front gets a little bit closer to us. But even then, there'll still be some dry hours. Now, as we check out the Doppler track right now, things very quiet across Wisconsin, even though there are some clouds in the southern part of the state. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Dry weather will continue for tomorrow, even though we'll still have a fair amount of cloud cover. Scattered showers and thunderstorms this weekend, but also some dry hours as well. And it'll be warm and humid this weekend with high temperatures in the 80s for both Sunday and Memorial Day, and a couple more days of 80s are expected next week. On Weather Track, you can see how the upper level winds now are becoming more southerly just out to the west of us. So with time, that will start to pull in moisture from the Gulf of Mexico and start bringing better chances for some showers and thunderstorms. As we zoom into our part of the Midwest, you can see there are some lower clouds to our south. To the north, there's been a little more sunshine. And then a weak cold front out to the west, not much more than a wind shift line. As we check out temperatures, you can see on either side of the front, temperatures are about the same. In fact, it's actually a little warmer behind the cold front just because the air dries out and there's been a little more sunshine there. Ahead of the front, there's been a little more cloud cover. But you can certainly pick out the areas where there has been some sunshine. Temperatures are in the 70s compared to the 60s elsewhere. On Future Track, again, expect a fair amount of clouds for tonight. And while there could be some breaks in the clouds tomorrow, we'll still see a fair amount of clouds. Tomorrow night, you can see a chance for a shower or thunderstorm late tomorrow night. The better chances arrive as a warm front lifts northward on Saturday, taking our temperatures up into the upper 70s. And then on Sunday, look for high temperatures in the lower to middle 80s as winds become more southerly. And then we could see some showers and thunderstorms pop up more likely late Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. Over the next 10 days, our temperatures remaining above normal just about every single day. And the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook calls for near or slightly below normal temperatures as we get a little more rain in the forecast. But the best chances of rain start shifting off to the east. So precipitation actually expected to be below normal. And the monthly Climate Prediction Center outlook just came in. Equal chances of above or below normal temperatures for the month of June, and above normal precipitation still expected from Madison on toward the west. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 74 degrees with variably cloudy skies. And then as we look at the rainfall amounts, perhaps anywhere from about a quarter or 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half over the Memorial Day weekend, but also some dry hours there as well. Temperatures mid 70s to the lower 80s. Then we head into the latter part of next week, a little bit cooler toward the end of the week.
And coming up in sports, Jonathan Taylor sent a special delivery to Madison this afternoon. His message to frontline healthcare workers is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all our other associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands, keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
world event since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by ready to help.
Hi, folks. Friday morning, Hattie's going to let us know when to expect rain during the Memorial Day weekend.
And spaced out seating is just the start. We'll tell you about the changes coming to a movie theater near you as they get ready to reopen.
We'll see you 4:30 to 7.
In case you haven't seen Quarren TV, you've been missing out on probably the highest rated show on ice put on the Badger women's hockey team. Britta Curl, Brett Pettit, and Alexis Mauerman are the hosts, and the trio catches up with their teammates, gives out team awards, and provides weather updates from across the country. And after the 4th episode, the Badgers say they plan on to continue to give the people what they want.
You really didn't get a lot of closure with even saying goodbye to a lot of people. And so I think these videos, you kind of just feel like you're connected. And even when we're making them, it really does feel like we're all just together and not miles and miles apart.
I don't think it's the last episode. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know. We always say it's up to Britta because she's doing the hard work with it all. We're just showing up and laughing. So I think as long as people enjoy them, we definitely don't mind making them.
University Hospital and American Family Children's Hospital received a special delivery from Jonathan Taylor this afternoon. The former Badger sent personal-sized Toppers pizzas to the hospitals along with a thank you message for all the frontline workers.
I want to give a special thanks to all of the COVID-19 frontline and essential workers during this time period. While you guys are trying to maintain your well-being and the well-being of your families, you guys set aside any uncertainties or any doubts and still go out there each and every single day and battle this pandemic head on in order to protect the well-being of others. So I salute you guys. You guys are truly, truly making a big difference.
The Milwaukee Bucks have been trying to stay in game shape while the NBA season is on hold, and for some guys, it's easy. They have their own gym and a hoop they can get shots in. But for guys like Pat Connaughton, who lives in an apartment, working on his jumper, well, it really hasn't happened since March.
You're not going to lose it in a few months. With that being said, you might not be as polished, so it's just about finding ways to get your hand on the ball, even if you can't shoot. I got a ball in my house, dribble around my apartment. Lay in bed at night, flicking it up to the ceiling like you used to do when you were a kid and your parents wouldn't let you shoot on the outdoor hoop.
I hope he lives on the first floor, so if he's dribbling...
Yeah, but then if you think about it, if he's going like this in bed, people upstairs.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
She's always thinking.
I try. Gary's here with the final check.
Well, tomorrow, look for temperatures to reach the middle 70s with variably cloudy skies. Shower and thunderstorm chances return for the Memorial Day weekend, but temperatures will be warm, and it looks like we'll also see some thunderstorm chances toward the end of next week.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.